Good morning children. I hope class children are watching this video and I hope you must be keeping well. As we had been doing mensuration and I hope up to where it was completed you must have done. Today in this class we are going to learn probability, and this topic I don't think this is new for you. Already in your previous class you have done. And why we have started probability? Because many chapters already are left, but very near we have exam also. So from all the topics whatever have been given in book, important questions we will selected question we will complete. We'll try to learn the topic first, and selected question will be given for the exam, and those only is required to be done. Yes, examples whichever have been given, that is very compulsory, that is important for the exam. So all the examples are important from all the chapter, so you must go through all the examples first, and selected questions every day will be given. That selected question only you need to do practice, and from there only in exam questions are going to come. So in probability, just you see, we are going to see in this class introduction. Solved examples are there, and again I am repeating, solved examples are very important for the exam, just you must go through. And from exercise 25A, two questions, selected questions we have taken, that is required to be solved. Here we have, you can see in book what has been given, important things have been given that you need to understand. In everyday life we come across statements such as most probably it will rain today. Chances are high that the prices of petrol will go up. I doubt that he will win the race. So here few word has been written, just you see. These are, suppose this is most probably. Most probably means what? Most probably means expectation is high that it will rain. Chances are high. Doubt means certain thing is not there. In every statement or in every these words, certainty is not there. Uncertain thing is there, that most probably it will rain today. It means it may happen that it will rain. Probability is more. Here you see chances are more, chances are high, and here doubt is there that he will win race or not. So the word most probably, chances, doubt, etc. show the probability of occurrence of an event. So this shows the probability of occurrence of the event. Means it is not certain that this is going to happen. Probability it is showing. Here you see experiment, what it is. An operation which can produce some well-defined outcomes is called an experiment. Each outcome is called an event. So first you need to understand what it is. An operation which can produce some well-defined outcomes. So just you try to understand. You play Ludo. So when you play Ludo, you have dice, and when dice is thrown, numbers will come, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you don't know which number is going to come when you are throwing the dice. So an operation which can produce some well defined outcome, but yes, it is definite that this outcome what is going to come, this is well defined, that from 1 to 6 it is going to come, and this is called experiment. When you are throwing this and result, well defined result is coming, this is called experiment. Random experiment, an experiment in which all possible outcomes are known and the exact outcome cannot be predicted in advance, is called a random experiment. So this will be called random experiment when you are throwing a dice, and yes, well defined outcome is there, but you cannot predict before throwing, you cannot predict that which number is going to come. So this will be called random experiment. Thus when we throw a coin, we know that all possible outcomes are head and tail. In the same way, suppose you have coin, So in coin you have head and tail. So before throwing, yes, you know two outcomes will come, either head or tail, but you cannot predict which outcome will come. Head will come or tail will come. It is not certain. If we throw a coin at random, we cannot predict in advance whether its upper face will show a head or tail. Performing a random experiment is often referred as a trial. This is called trial. Now here you see some experiment and their outcomes. Suppose you are tossing a coin. So all of you know, suppose we toss a coin and let it fall flat on the ground, its upper face will show either head or tail. Whatever comes up is called an outcome. All possible outcomes are head and tail. Only two outcomes are there, either head or tail. Tossing two coins, suppose one coin if you are tossing, you are getting head and tail. If together, if you are simultaneously you are tossing two coins, then what you will get? Either you may get head and head, you may get head and tail, you may get tail and head, and you may get tail and tail. So here HH means head on first coin and head on second coin. So HT means head on first coin and tail on second coin. So in this way we can get outcome. Throwing a die, already I told you that when you are throwing die is that is also called dice. If you are throwing this, 6 outcomes you have, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So whatever number comes up is called an outcome. All possible outcomes over here is 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Here this is very important to understand. Suppose if you are having a set of card, that is called deck. So suppose number of cards are 52, that you need to remember. Total number of cards in a deck, that is called that is 52. And this is important to understand. Here you see, this is called, this shape is called spades, this is called clubs, this is called hearts, and this is called diamonds. So cards of spades and clubs are black cards. So you need to remember this spades and clubs, these both are black cards. So this is required to remember, because this is very important. This comes because by this way only you will be able to solve questions, if you will understand this. So this is black cards, and these both are red card. So cards of hearts and diamond, this is called hearts and this is called diamond. So these both are in red color and these both are in black color. So suppose if you have 52 cards all together, so 26 will be black and 26 will be red. And out of this 26 black card, 26 black card you have, and in this 26 black card you have 13 cards of spades and 13 cards of clubs. And in the same way 26 red cards, what you have here, you have 13 card of hearts and 13 cards of diamonds. This you need to remember. This is very important. You need to remember these all, because these comes in exam. Means in exam it means if you will understand these things, then only you will be able to solve questions. Now you see, kings, queens and jacks are known as face cards. This you need to know. So thus there are in all 12 face cards are there. So king, 4 kings you will be having in all the colors. Just you see, king will be of spades, clubs, hearts and diamonds, means 4 kings you will have, queen you will have 4, and in the same way jack you will have 4 in all spades, clubs, hearts and diamonds. It has been summarized. You can see in tossing a coin, all possible outcomes are head and tail, HT. 2 coins if you will be having, then you will be having HH, HT, TH and TT. If suppose die you have, then you will be having possible outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In drawing a card from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards, number of all possible outcomes is 52, means 52 cards are there. Event, you see, the collection of some or all possible outcomes is called an event. So example, you see, in throwing a coin, H is the event of getting a head, T is the event of getting a tail. So 2 only outcomes you have, so either you will get head or tail, so both will be called event. In throwing 2 coins simultaneously, then you will be having HH is the event of getting head on each coin, means if you are throwing both the coin together, then it may happen that you will toss the coin both together, you may get head in both the coin, you may get a head and tail, it means in first coin you will get head and in the second coin you may get tail. In the same way, if third chances are there that in first coin you will get tail and the other coin you will get head, and this is fourth chance, that probability is there that in both the coin you will get tail. In rolling a die, getting a number say 4 is an event, getting an even number is an event E containing 2, 4, 6, and getting an odd number is an event F containing 1, 3 and 5. And one formula is there, this formula is very important. Let E be an event, then the probability of occurrence of E is defined as probability of event, this is read as probability of event, number of favorable outcomes and total number of divided by total number of outcomes. Just you try to understand, this is so easy, don't get confused. Here you see, if you are tossing your coin, this is your coin and 2 possible outcomes are there, head and tail. So if you want to find out probability of getting head, what probability is there when you are throwing your coin or tossing your coin, you will get head. Then in this case, number of favorable outcomes, mean only one outcome is there of head, so favorable outcome is 1, and total number of outcome is 2, so 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 chance is there that you will get head. In the same way, if you want to know probability of getting tail, then that will be also 1 by 2. So in this way, this formula is required to be used. So we will see examples so that you will understand properly, and even question also is there. Here you see solved examples are there. First example, you have the adjoining figure shows a spinning wheel divided into 8 sectors. There 3 of these sectors are painted red and the remaining 5 are painted white as shown. The wheel is spinned. What is the probability of getting a white sector and a red sector? So the same formula is required to be applied. Total number of sectors you need to know. Total number of sector is 8. Now number of white sectors is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as formula we have, just now you had seen, we have formula probability of getting a white sector, that will be equal to number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. This formula will be used. So just you see, number of favorable outcome means of getting white sector. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 is there, and total number of sector we have 8. So this will be 8. So 5 by 8 will be your answer. So in this way this is required to be done. In the same way, you have number of red sectors. Just you see, number of red sector, how many are there? So red you need to count 1, 2 and 3. So 3 by 8 you will be having probability of getting a red sector. Next you see, a coin is tossed. What is the probability of getting a head? Just now I explained, so I don't think you will be having problem. Probability of getting a head will be 1 by 2, because favorable outcome is 1 and total number of outcome is 2. Here you have next question, when two coins are tossed simultaneously, what are all possible outcomes? In a single throw of two coins, what is the probability of getting both heads? At least one head. Here you see, when two coins are tossed simultaneously, all possible outcomes are HH, HT, TH and TT. It means total number of possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3 and 4. And getting both heads means, just you see, both heads if you are getting, one only you have, one time you will get. So number of such outcome will be 1. So for getting both heads will be 1 by total outcome, it means 1 by 4. Getting at least one head means, here you see 3 outcomes you have, where you are getting at least one head. So 1, 2, 3 you have, so this will be 3 by 4 and this will be your answer. Next question you have, there are 35 students in a class of whom 20 are boys and 15 are girls. From these students, one is chosen at random. What is the probability that the chosen student is a boy or girl? Total number of students you need to find out. So number of boys plus number of girls, that will be 35. Let the chosen student be a boy. So if chances or probability you find out of choosing a boy, that will be total number of boys divided by total number of students. So it will be 20 by 35 and finally you will get 4 by 7. In the same way, for girls, if you find out, probability of choosing a girl will be number of girls divided by total number of students. That will be 15 by 35. It means 3 by 7. Next question you have, a bag contains 6 red and 8 green balls. They are mixed thoroughly and one ball is drawn at random. Find the probability of getting a red ball or green ball. So easy it is. Total number of ball we need to find out. So 6 plus 8 we got 14. So number of red balls is 6. Now what chances are there? What probability is there of getting red ball? Probability of getting a red ball will be 6 divided by 6 means number of red ball divided by total number of ball. It means 14. So this will be 3 by 7. In the same way, number of green balls will be 8. So probability of getting a green ball will be 8 by 14. It means 4 by 7. Next example you see, a die is thrown. What is the probability of getting a prime number, a number greater than 4, a number not greater than 5? So first you see, first of all we need to find out total outcome. Total outcome we have 6. Prime numbers, how many are there? 2, 3 and 5. So this is number will be 1, 2, 3. Number of prime numbers will be 3. So for getting a prime number, probability of this will be 3 by 6. 3 means number of prime numbers and 6 means total number of outcome. So this will be 3 by 6. Number of greater than 4 are 5 and 6. It means 2 are there. So this will be 2 by 6. And number not greater than 5 are 5. Not greater than 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means 5 numbers you have, and total numbers are 6. So this will be probability of getting a number not greater than 5 will be 5 by 6. Next question you have 10 cards are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10 respectively. They are kept in a bag and mixed thoroughly. One card is chosen at random from the box that will be. What is the probability of getting the number 8, getting number less than something is there, getting a number greater than 4, and getting a 1 digit number? So I hope you will be able to do, just you go through. I hope you will understand this. This question number 8, you see 8 is important because here you see cards, well shuffled card are there. So number of card, as I told you, that is 52. You need to find out a diamond and as 5 of club. These you need to find out. So here you see total number of cards is 52, total number of all possible outcome will be 52. Now as I told you that diamond or aces or club, these all are how many, that you need to know. So number of diamonds are 13. So probability of getting a diamond will be 13 by 52, it means 1 by 4. Number of aces are 4. So getting probability of this will be 4 by 52. Number of 5 of club. 5 of club means in club 5 you will have. So in total 52 cards you have. Out of 52 only one number you will be having 5 of club. So that will be 1 by 52. So in the same way example 9 is also given. So that you go through. 2 questions I have taken from 25A, and these 2 questions are very important for exam. Rest all the question I hope you will be able to do, just you go through and try to do. But these both question what I have taken, I am going to explain that is very important for exam, and try to understand this. Here you have question number 4 of exercise 25A. So here you see this is question number 4, and you have exercise 25A. A bag contains 4 white and 5 blue balls. They are mixed thoroughly and one ball is drawn at random. What is the probability of getting a white ball, a blue ball? So easy question it is. Just you see. Total number of ball you need to find out. Total number of ball is 4 plus 5, and that is equal to 9. Now probability of getting a white ball, just you see white ball is how many? White ball is 4. So 4 by total number of ball, that is 9. It means 4 by 9 will be your answer. In the same way probability of getting blue ball will be number of blue ball divided by total number of ball, it means 5 by 9. So easy question it is, and this is very important for exam, just you do practice. Next question you see question number 11 I have taken. One card is drawn at random from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability that the card drawn is, first one is a king, a spade, a red queen, a black 8. So a king, so as I told you, in 52 out of 52 cards 4 queens you will 4 king you will be having, 4 king you will be having in total. So if you want to find out probability of a king, that will be number of all kings in a deck of cards divided by total number of cards. So that will be 4 by 52. So you will get 1 by 13 as a answer. In the same way a spade, number of spades in a deck of 52 cards will be 13. So this will be 13 by 52. So 13 by 52 means 1 by 4. And in the same way a red queen, how many red queen you will have? 2 red queen you will be having in 52 cards. So these things you need to understand. So 2 red queen if you will have, so number of red queen in a black deck of 52 cards divided by total number of cards, so this will be 2 by 52, it means 1 by 26. Now probability of getting a black 8. Black 8 means 2 blacks you have, spades and clubs. 2 black you have. So in 2 black you will be having 118, means 2 8 altogether you will be having. So 2 by 52, it means 1 by 26 will be your answer. So I hope you understood. So in this chapter, exercise 25A, all the questions are not important to do. You try to do all the questions whatever are possible, but those questions which has been solved and already solved examples what has been given in book, those are very important for exams. So just you go through, try to do practice many times. I hope you will understand. Next day we will see next chapter. Until then, thank you.